any point, if you feel the match stop into a static, you've lost. Stop doing some bicep curls and wrist curls and get your ass on the table and learn something. Oh yeah, how far are we out from Kokopah? Is it 2 weeks?
I'll tell you exactly right now.
13th, I think.
21.
21 days?
21 days out.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll usually stop taking
Feels so different.
weeks, but then I'll feel
This one is different. Yeah.
So different.
until 10 days.
This one's stronger.
It is.
What's lacking on this one? Like, where do you feel like?
On your left?
On my right?
Um,
Giving out. Where is it weak?
So I feel like you don't have the dynamics. So what that means is like I'm not being fought anything that's like trying to open me up quickly or anything like that. It's all static pressures. So that's where dynamic movements come into training as far as like, maybe not so much, I wouldn't say speed, but like working the actual full range of motion. So coming from here all the way around, you know what I mean, rather than doing the short ones. Because if you're doing the short ones, a lot of your static is coming from your arm. Because I feel your arm is super strong, but I don't feel danger coming from like any cupping or any wrist attack, anything. I feel like my arm is moving.
Yeah.
Like you're able to open me, you're able to move me side pressure, but this doesn't feel attacked, right?
Yeah.
That could also be your lane. It could be where you're headed. That's not the right way, right?
Yeah.
This one, you have a very committed lane. You know exactly where you're going. You're attacking over here, so I definitely felt the cup. I had to open your hand in order to get around, right? So it's little things like that. That's why I say some people don't need to focus on strength. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe their arm is already strong enough. Yeah, this is better for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, way
He
stronger.
put it on his Instagram. It's like this 12-second clip. And it's like a
Good,
little, like,
good.
promo
But not side. Remember that lat drag I was telling you about? When you get to this side of your table here, rather than trying to force me here, pull me back with your lat. Because you're in the perfect position when you're there to close this gap here.
It's kind of cool.
Right?
It came up.
Just
I did it kind
that.
of quick and
Because
dirty.
normally I would
They loved it. He
I
was
would
like,
press,
Exactly.
but I don't press in practice.
It's a saw.
Michael
Yeah.
Bell.
Forward press,
Okay.
backward lat,
Oh, yeah,
forward
but
press,
triangle.
backward lat.
I usually do triangle.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have to make it so much a triangle as much as it is just one solid saw, one back and forth, right? So get me there first. Good. Now forward, because you have that real estate. Look at the pad. Now drag me. Yes, yeah. You're bringing my angle down.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense?
It's a hard drag back.
Yeah. As long as you have the real estate on the elbow pad to do so.
You like
Yeah.
it?
Hard drag back.
Whatever you want. Yeah, I made it just for fun.
Good, so your fingers are real good.
Oh yeah, the aura. Okay, I get it.
Keep doing it.
I like that.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, but you see the rest
Good.
thing. It's
Okay, so just like most people, the first thing that starts to separate is away from the table.
Cool
So
guy, though.
think about leverage.
He helps the other guys.
If you and me are holding on to each other and we're trying to pull each other towards each other,
like
the next piece on the opposite side of the body
there
is
is
you push it.
will still up here.
So if I push with this side and I pull with this side, it adds leverage, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's just like a twisting.
That's what.
Yes, yes. So most people you'll see them grabbing like this. I grab it like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you can push here, right? So if you push here, you pull here, torque there. At the same time, your third piece is humping the table. So if you hump the table at the same time as you push, does that make sense? Like I'm stuck to the table almost, right? And that's why when you see a lot of videos, you'll see these guys with these humped round backs like this. Because they're trying to attach themselves to the table. What happens is when you separate, when I start to do this, look at what's left to the table. It's just my arm. If I'm only fighting with my arm, and you're fighting with your shoulder, your lat, your elbow, I'm putting myself in a disadvantage, right? Yeah. So that's why you want to stay as close to the table as you can, hump the table. A lot of the times what that means is committing your foot.
Yeah, so I kind of like my obviously I know positions like this foot that way. Yeah, but I don't actually like.
You want to commit more. So your right foot, yep. And then I would say over a little bit. Yep, exactly. So that you can kind of
side pressure. He just does a little bit of
bend at the table a little bit. Yes.
I don't feel like I'm.
You're committing a little bit more, right?
He's not that kind.
So same thing when you start to move, try to keep that leverage spot of humping and staying tight to the table.
But I'm not the kind of person that would come out and see that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I think it makes a difference.
I can't do shit in there, dude.
Better, because you're having to collapse and fall down.
Yeah.
That's good. You want it instead of go that way so much, that way.
More than me and a lot of stuff.
Way better, way stronger.
I just don't translate that well from that to the table for me. But anyway, what's wrong with that front?
Good. Now I like how you're not holding on to me here, because I'm forced to hold on to you. But when we get into the straps, that will change.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I would have to like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not an inside puller.
Good.
If you get him inside, then you give him some.
Good. You're good at committing back pressure, because a lot of people what they'll want to do is sideways.
Yeah, I remember when
Really bad.
Adam got me in like right here. I was like,
Yeah.
it's gone. I can't do anything there.
But your leverage is going to be straight back and up, kind of like what we're doing with those chains, right?
Yeah.
When you're going up. Now the best part about it is, like you said, if you have that bend at the knee,
These guys train like kind of.
you just kind of keep on going until
Is it more
they either get their elbow off the pad, and they foul, or
Yeah.
they lose, right? So watch, I'll show you what that feels like, okay? So it's not going to be back pressure like me pulling you towards me. You're going to feel me go straight up. It's different, okay?
I think it's just a
Ready?
couple of person because like John and I have talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
So give me some more pressure.
It's like they're leaning like
Yeah.
thing and opponent. Other people are like forearm, all just like this.
Exactly. So that's where the importance of rise is because the person who's gaining height has the advantage.
Do you think it rides by just like going like that, or do you actually move your fingers?
There.
No, it's a slide.
I don't need
It's a
Okay.
slide. So, as I'm
talking about this.
doing this,
Oh, okay. You're not like doing like.
no. Dynamically, I would have to if like you had a super strong grip and I couldn't get out of it.
And you just
Like squeeze my hand really quick. So like if you were putting all this pressure here, like cupping down, and I couldn't, then I would have to do that.
Oh, I see.
But you don't necessarily. You're talking about someone with like a massive hand,
Yeah.
someone who's already achieved a lot in the setup.
Yeah, it's
If you've ever heard someone talk about setup, it's when we first grab each other's hands. This means everything.
Yeah.
The way you grab someone's hand, where you grab them, how much space there is. This is everything in grabbing somebody, and that's why I say height and rise is huge, right?
Yeah. I'll just kind of adjust you. So just make sure your angles are good and you're like pulling towards you. Good.
He's got good rise and back pressure. His fingers are good. I
that's good.
think his wrist is going to be his problem.
Try to start here. Kind of like hover around like that so you can move around. It's like right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, if you think about it, Jacob, if you start at the front of the pad, if when you're dragging, you're going to end up at the back of the pad, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of slide it and go up with you. You know what I mean? If your whole body's moving. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Same thing. You could commit that left foot underneath a little bit more, too. Yep. Now bring that left foot with you. Yep.
Now, like when you were here, you see how you ran out of real estate and you were almost.
Yeah.
That's when you go back here, and then you reposition.
But don't just move your elbow. Move your body with.
Yeah.
Move it
Like
elbow.
that. So if I'm here, right?
Yeah.
And now
It's like
breathing
you're
hard.
adjusting like your angle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if I just do this,
Can you do that
Where
again?
did you feel me weak on?
So you were like,
so if I'm here,
okay.
so give me a little bit of pressure. So I'm kind of I'm adjusting my whole body to
You'll
maintain
notice
pressure.
his hand stays behind his shoulder the whole time. That's where the strength comes from.
Maintain your hand this way.
Inside your shoulder.
Yes.
At all times. So if you're moving that way, if your shoulder's going, yeah, exactly. Does that make sense? You don't want it to fall behind
Get some high ground.
Oh, okay.
out here. You want it to be in the whole time you're moving with you.
Like
That's why I
inside
went
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this
Get some wrist going.
is a broken arm.
Yeah.
This is a torn bicep.
So anytime you leave your shoulder
Yeah.
is bad for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, what you don't want to do, we say that, but you also don't want to shoulder roll with your arm to begin with.
Okay.
This is like an advanced move that I
At
do.
this
at a
point, I
later
don't even
time.
do it.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
Yeah.
So what that looks like is it'll show you what a shoulder roll looks like. That's like a press almost. Right now we're practicing everything
Not so
coming
much
towards
arm
us, pulling
pull.
everything, right?
Arms strong. Let's just hand. I guess that wrist, like that wrist.
Yeah.
Just
Good. A little bit more elbow movement.
Yeah. Let's move.
Okay, just slide. Think about not planting it down and being able to float it and have a little bit of,
That definitely helps. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Now I want more of a wrist grip.
Like
This
this.
or like this. Or you can do this, but maintain hand control with the wrist grip.
Good. I've always said there's 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. But the very first one is achieving that hand control, that, wrist.
Some people believe like they don't care about hand control, but it's very hard to win like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I have your hand here,
It's like the difference in, you can do this with him. You guys arm wrestling the way you are now, or show him wrist wrestling.
what's wrist grip? Like this? Oh, like this?
No, like put your hand in a
Oh, like this?
exactly. It
That-
completely changes every strength that you're using, right? You're having to use your frame, you're having to use your wrist, you're having to pull with your body rather than being able to grab something. We grab things every day, so we're so used to this, right? But the moment you have to use your strength and your angles without it, it completely changes the game, right? So that's why I'm one of the believers in hand control. I think hand control is like,
So let's see where you're strong and where you're weak. All right, so go here. Now just do a couple of different moves. So like go right, go back directly.
So just directly back?
Yeah, just right.
yeah, what you've been doing.
Okay.
He's just gonna test you.
So I'm gonna like just do things. All right, so just keep doing that.
Pronation for sure.
Apply more fingers. Finger brush. There you go. Much better. Then do this.
This way?
Yes. Wrist. Yeah. I mean, use a lot of like straps and stuff in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. Good. So let's start here, and just fight from here, and don't try to peel out.
And pull back to you. Do not go sideways.
Move this. Let's see what your move is. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Do it again. One more time. That's good. Now try to do a top roll. So try to do this. Let's see how strong that is. So
I'm fucking tired.
feel my fingers and pronate against the fingers.
So I'm about to pronate against his fingers.
I think so far, the hook is just a little bit better for you.
Hook, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I think your wrist needs a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
Because like if his wrist is weak, right, and he's trying to pronate, he'll end up like this every single
My
time.
wrist will buckle.
Yes.
And when you were grabbing those chains, your wrist was buckling.
It was
Yeah.
just
It
natural,
was like
doing
right?
this.
Yeah.
And also, this isn't an insult, but when you look at the chain, what's the thinnest part?
Yeah. It's the wrist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
What,
You feel like you're going down?
Like a,
Yeah.
like a
See?
decent
Back.
just what
Um,
your ass.
no,
Towards
so
you.
you're a new arm
Yes,
wrestler.
yes, yes.
And
You don't
you're
realize
just trying to
that
figure out what
you
you're gonna
drink. So look at
how to
our
structure
angle
some
when we're in
basic
that position. You
training
don't have to give me any pressure, but
What
if
do
you're down a little bit more, if you bring your whole frame, all this backwards, what will happen to my arm? My bicep will open. So it
Right.
technically drops my
We can
angle.
redo it.
So once
I mean,
again,
that's
don't
kinda
think
what
about
this
pinning
goes
me.
for.
Think about me elbow fouling, me coming off the pad, putting me into a worse position. You know what I mean?
Mr.
At
Corpus
any point,
Christi
if you
himself.
feel the match stop
So
into a
let's say you're
static,
a new
you've
arm
lost.
wrestler. Same question has
Right.
be like,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So make
when I'm
adjustments.
gassing,
Yes.
what would you say?
All you're doing,
Yeah,
especially if you're in
yeah,
the sleeper mat.
Yeah, hook, I'm just gassing like crazy.
Right. And that's why I say when you're up high like that, the idea is not to crash down here. The idea is to crash down over there, down here. So everything, watch. I'll try to pull like you do. I'm not very good at that kind of that style. But if I'm here and I'm getting stuck up here,
Yeah.
look at my real estate for my elbow.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
is to do some
Look at your bicep.
even though that's not very.
So all I'm doing is lat dragging from my elbow back to my lat, right? And it's not me trying to shoot this forward to pin you.
Right.
It's me just bringing you down. And guess what?
You
I'm
feel like a lot
pronating
of
at the
new
same
guys are
time.
missing the hand.
Right.
Like I'm technically trying to top roll you. I just understand that I'm not going to roll out through your hand.
Right.
I'm just bringing you with me this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So do that same thing.
You know, kind of hit and miss. but hands, because I see a lot of wrist going, especially when they first start.
Bring me to your chest.
Being able to just
Yes. Dude, you're still trying to push. Don't even think about the saw. Don't even think about the saw. Only think about this motion. Only. Because you know how to do that, Art.
Right, that's the
That one you've achieved. You got that one.
So, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
So that's the easy part. Then in training, you're just
Like, let's
you're
say
making that strong.
Right. Reinforce the things that don't make a lot of sense, right?
Let's loosen this. It's gonna be like,
Yep.
honestly, it's gonna be like the hot. You could put
Exactly. It's your hit.
Friday.
Yeah.
So if you can get your foot and your hook up there with you to push with you, it's like the Donald.
Yeah.
It's like Donald Mata 101. You know what I mean?
It is
That's like his move, right?
That is hard. You got to become a beast.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
You got first left-hander at a winner.
Yeah,
box,
I don't-
20
yeah.
people.
Crazy.
Amateurs,
You
that's
did
really good.
one. I'll just don't come back to that yet.
Because if you keep doing them,
So when you do this, actually, when you go forward like that, this elbow should end up here.
you become the steer.
You're staying right where you're at. Good. Okay, so remember the shoot.
Like the trend foot.
Yeah.
You just did that. You didn't even think about it. All that you were doing was moving your elbow and you shot the way we were talking about over there.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want that shoot over the top. Because that's what's going to make me.
There's the juice guy.
Poke a little bit.
And then now I've got to all the way around, right?
Right.
Boston.
Do that same thing.
Him too, yeah.
Good.
I mean,
Now-
he's fucking dead.
Hip,
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, now
Yeah.
you're fucking
lat drag.
Yeah, less than 30 years old.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I think a lot
So
of
now you know when you're
when we
training
talk about technique in arm wrestling, that's not gonna get
what
you
pieces to
strength.
train.
We talk about more of the strength part of like
Yeah.
training for arm wrestling.
it's a broader topic.
Right, yeah, because not everybody has the ability.
Stop doing some bicep curls and wrist curls and get your ass on the table and learn something.
You don't have a very